Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone. Wherever you are, I hope you are having a wonderful time. And we're back in Front Mission, one of my favorite games of all time. It's Friday, so happy Friday to everybody. TGIF. I don't normally say that because it used to be that I always worked on Fridays, so Fridays weren't anything special to me. But now I'm actually, I work into Friday overnight, but now I'm off on the evening, and I have 2 days off. So I actually get somewhat of a weekend. For the first time in years, I actually have a weekend. So there's nothing better than waking up and being able to play some Front Mission. I am a little tired, so I've got a big cup of coffee. It's very cold here. It's like -5 degrees Fahrenheit. Just walk outside and freeze. Let's see, what other things do I have to announce? Not much. We're going to do Front Mission, start with some simulator battles. We're in the Batangas. I think after this, they leave this area and they join up with the other team, I think. So we'll do some of the storyline today and some simulators. Try to build a couple Vanzers. And then tonight at 5 p.m., I believe I will be running KOTOR again, because I'm having a lot of fun in that game as well. And then tomorrow's my day off. And I plan on doing lots of video editing and some other little things around the house. Probably watch cartoons too in the morning. I think that's everything. Looking at Sunday maybe for our 200 follower reward, but I'm still trying to figure out what to do for it. I'm hoping I can come up with something by tomorrow night. So I'll post that on our Twitter and our Discord. Put those up. If I do change anything for those schedules, or if I decide to do something tomorrow night. There we go. So I'm gonna switch over. We're in the simulator, actually. Well, it's like the fake web, kind of like an internet inside of the game, where you can shop, build your Vanzers, your mechs, and do the simulator battles. I only have 2. We're gonna try and get another one today that's really good. This one's incredibly hard. I did beat it once on this playthrough. That was a very trying battle. At least it was only a test, so if I had lost, it wouldn't have been a huge waste. Just to get my hands warmed up, we'll run a real quick test first, and then I'm going to go over and look at the mechs. I'm still trying to fix them for the storyline because in this story, I've been trying to use some different things that I'm not used to or I haven't used a whole lot. For example, we have a grenade launcher on that. This character's trying to get double shot. It's kind of sad. They went the whole last playthrough, because this is a playthrough plus. They went the whole last playthrough and didn't get double shot. And I don't know how I did that, but I guess it's just the Vanzer I had them in wasn't correct. Poggy Woggies, hello friend. Oh, there's snow in Texas? Oh my. Well, I hope you guys fare better than you did the last time there was a big freeze over. I remember that being kind of catastrophic. But welcome in, friend. I hope your day is going well and that you're at least keeping cozy and warm. I know my heater is cranked up pretty high. As I'd said there a few minutes ago, it's -5 Fahrenheit here. What is that in Celsius? I can't remember. -8? But yes, it's quite cold. You walk outside and it's just everything that can be frozen is frozen. We've been training up her. I'm half tempted though, because Alisa has not been getting XP, so that might be, I probably should take the Zenislav. I mean, we're just goofing off with the grenade launcher, and I just want to get woke up. Oh, why did she have that? That's my punch bot. They don't need that. It's currently 32 degrees Fahrenheit and 0 degrees Celsius. Well, that is cold for Texas. 32 degrees here right now would be warm. Much colder than that here. You know what? I'm probably going to get shot by every single thing on the map. Trying to level this thing. I like this weapon. It's hard to level. Because it's so random in what parts it hits. And this is the character trying to get double shot. I'll get it eventually. It's just gonna, it's chance and luck. If you're new to this game, the skills in this game are completely random. How you unlock them. I mean, you can up the chance with the computer late game. In certain mechs, increase your viability of getting a skill. Ah, that was not the best hit. Oh, when it's raining, is it turning into freezing rain? You're just at that temperature, I mean, just barely. If it is, I hope that it leaves your power lines alone. That's the fear here. Whenever we get a lot of rain during the winter, it turns into freezing rain and messes up our power lines. Ooh, that was a good stun. With a really low tier shotgun. No. Punch mech, leave me alone. You're supposed to stay away. Stay back there, so... Well, I can't argue with that. A stun, eject. So far, the enemy is not doing good. But this speaks highly of our team. It's well designed, even for having experimental weapons. Well, except for Alisa. This isn't experimental. Na 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 na. Na, 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 na. Congratulations, Poggy Woggies, you're first. You found the reward first. It's a good way to wake up. I may have to adjust the volume, it was rather loud. Woke me up. I'm gonna get him again. Oh, please give me a destruction. It did! Oh, that was a really good, like, random hit. Natty! Hello! Welcome, friend. How are you doing? Thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome. I think most of you know me. I'm your host, Tinsera, 300-year-old night elf, who is an interdimensional time-traveling entity. And currently I am stuck in your timeline and your world due to the fact that my machine ran out of steam and mana. In the meantime, while I'm trying to figure that out and how to get back to my own home timeline, I've decided to entertain here and learn about your species, and Twitch seems a good place to do this. Plus, I really like this thing you called video games. So welcome in. Just a friendly reminder, this is a PG station, so please keep adult themes and language to a minimum, or non-existent would be preferred. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We're playing Front Mission 3 at the moment, a PS1 classic. Thank you to Pulse for the follow, friend. Welcome into our little community. I hope you enjoy your stay. How are you doing today, Natty? What were you playing? I believe it was a scary game, actually. Let me get you a shout out. Ah, that's... that's one I can't do. I can't do that scary game. Let me switch back over. Yes, welcome, Raiders. I know you've been in Natty's room for quite some time, so please feel free to lurk, get up, stretch, hydrate, get some noms. I'll be on for a little while. We just got started only a couple minutes ago, so I have a reward and a command for lurking. I love my lurkers. I try to accommodate them. You played the spooky robot game. Yeah, I can't do the Five Nights at Freddy's. It scares me. I can't even watch it. That one's too spooky for me. You have, you're stronger than me, Natty. You're just too much. That one creeps me out. Something about those kinds of robots. Those are not the robots I want to see. But I hope you had fun, Natty. Oops. Well, we didn't get double shot. Again. You know, I think the game volume's really loud. But I hope you had fun, Natty. And I know that you just finished up streaming, so please go AFK and take care of some human things. Stretch. Self-care. Self-care. Do your self-care. I think my command still works. Sometimes it doesn't. There we go. For you, do the self-care. It's okay, Sarah. You got older robot games. I've got spooky robot games. Yeah, this one's older. For those of you who've never seen this game, I don't blame you. It was made in 1999, so she's quite a classic at this point. But it's one of my favorite tactical games of all time. It's actually my third most favorite game of all time. And we'll probably play it for a long time on this channel. Today, I don't know how long I'll be on. At least 2 hours, maybe more. And we're just running some test battles. This is actually like a training room that we're in. So, I don't mind. I know people don't know these games that well, but that's kind of why I like to play them. You can still get this one, actually, if you have a... Oh, I don't need to go up there. You can get this one if you have a PS3 or a Vita. Currently, we're playing on the Vita TV, actually. So that everybody can see the system that we're using. Well, I can't go after that. Ooh, just stay there. That pilot has nothing to get back into, and they're gonna have to attack me. There we go. Oh, I can't counter it this time. They get a free missile at me. Ow! Ow! Hello, Altizen. How are you doing, friend? I hope well. I think I'm about to take out... Yes, I do believe I'm going to be taking out at least one of them, maybe both. One of them surrendered? Oh, I didn't take it out. Oh, for shame. Tepos, I saw you said you like the music. I do too. This is some of the best in-game music. Wait until you hear the web when the simulator starts up. It's very good music, and the background music for the computer is very good. Actually, I don't think there's any bad music in this game. It's all really good. We play another game, Legend of Dragoon, also has really good music. Oh, Ryogo does not want that to surrender. You could have used double shot. That would have been nice. We're trying to unlock a skill, and it's a rather hard skill to get. So, no shock that I did not get it there. That pilot will probably give up and surrender. Don't think they're worth much XP. Actually, Alisa probably doesn't even have to move to take that out. And with her, we're just after XP. And Altazin, how have you been today? Were you streaming earlier, friend? Let me see. Oh, you were playing more Vermintide. How did that go? Did you purge the world of chaos? Or, well, yeah, I guess, the Skavener chaos. Suppose you can count them as that. I want to land it right on this thing's head. That's overkill, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh no, it didn't blow up. Well, I would have thought that would have blown up, and it didn't. Wouldn't you know it? Well, that's fine. Oh, and I know Natty's on lurk, but I hope that she's staying warm. I know here, it's so cold. It's -5 degrees right now. I've already said it like 3 times, but that's because if I even so much as peek out of my bedroom, I can feel the temperature difference. I think if I surround them, they'll just give up, I hope. So I don't have to keep shooting at them. A double assault on a pilot? Oh, jeez. At least she unlocked another one. She needed that. Boom. And then she's gonna chain it, because she already had one. That's never gonna hit a person. Oh, well. These simulators, you never know what's gonna happen in them. Later in the game, you can get 3. Right now, the computers on the mechs that we have are weak. That was good money. But here, you'll get to hear the music. I could sit here all day on this. I won't click around or anything. I like that music so much. Actually, for Taplaz. Am I saying that right, friend? Taplaz? What I'll do is, I'll exit, because it has a... I always set this up before I start the stream, so you don't get to see it unless I'm in there buying stuff. But when you go into the network, I love the little startup animation. And there is a fake internet in the game. I probably show it off at least once every stream. Eventually, I'm going to have a playthrough where I unlock every single one of the websites. I might do it on the Emma storyline, though. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Emma's has more stuff to get there. It's a great mech game, though. It has all the basic elements of a strategy game plus mechs, including, this is the channel favorite, Bazooki. But you can modify just about everything you want on the Vanzers, which, in correlation to other RPGs of the time, is much like putting on your weapons and your shields and your armor. They changed it up by allowing us to modify the weaponry. Shoulder, you can have 4 different slots for weapons, both shoulders and both hands. And then you can change the parts of the gear too. I'll just do the body real quick because it's the most noticeable. But you can change the parts out to whatever you want, and each part has different skill sets. And that's why on Ryogo's machine, and this is good too because I can show people what I'm going for. As you can see, I can get the double shot 2 skill. which I have acquired once. That's why it's not a question mark. I know what's on those arms, but it hasn't given it to me yet. Hello, Nikki. Thank you for the lurk. I hope your day is going well. Poggy Woggies, is it good? Are you having fun with it? I think you mean the video game, right? Or did you buy the movie? Because that's true, I didn't think of that. You could be watching the movie right now. That would be fun. I haven't seen the original movie in a long time. And the first Avengers movie is so good. I'd say there's some people who don't like it. I do. I really, really like the first movie. Oh wait, I was gonna change someone. Was it Bazooki? I can't remember now. This one needs some work. This one needs some work. Hers does not need work, but I can't remember what her computer was set to. Oh, that's right. I started using a shield. You know, I need to get the shield skill for her because... Oh wait, it's on the zeros. I think maybe we should switch her for a while. I'm almost certain. I just got excited because I think it's on the 0 arms. Melee. So this thing is a 0 all the way through? No grenades? Does that mean I can't have grenades? What is a 0's body unlock? I don't know. You know what? Let's put her back in the 0 for a little while. I haven't tried that in a long time. She's been in... This is Ryogo's original machine. But next test fight, let's do that. Maybe I will get fortunate and unlock the shield skill. I think you have to be at point blank range for it, but it's okay. Oh, the game. I love it since I like grindy games. I just unlocked Spider-Man. Ooh, well that sounds fun. I saw a trailer for the game, and I haven't tried it since. Or gone back to look at it. That's all I know about the game. Is it like an RPG? Because you're saying it's grindy. So is it you level them up, or is it more like an arcade fighter? Sorry if you heard me slurping, that was the coffee. I'm just chugging coffee. It's cold, the coffee is helping immensely. Oh, why not? I haven't taken this, Lou. The chat calls them affectionately, Warm Face, because we have Cool Face on the channel who's Dennis, and Lou basically replaces Dennis. Oh, it's just toy cars. The enemies you fight in the simulator are randomized, so you kind of get unlucky. The cars aren't worth anything in XP, and there's only a handful of them. Hopefully today we'll get Tal Base, and we'll fix that. Oh, this is bad. Maybe, well, at least the grenade launcher will have some fun. I don't believe anything else will. Let's see if I can get the car and the mech. Nope, I think that was a miss on both. It missed. Oh well. Forward and on. We'll just shoot at this thing. Give me double shot. Nope, no double shot. It's an action RPG, so there's elements of an RPG, but it's also beat 'em up. Oh, good. Because I like those kind of games. On the PSP, I believe I still own a Marvel game that was just like that, actually. It had little level up power-ups. I think it's the X-Men game, actually. Go, fam! Get me a shield attack. Maybe she can't get it without melee? I don't know. I should probably look that up. I don't know. We're trying Zero out. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I didn't realize Lou was in this. See, Lou has double shot, and it does trigger with a shotgun. We wondered about this. Good, so a shotgun will trigger it. That's absolutely evil. Little toy cars are just not worth any XP. I know how the shield triggers. I bet you I have to be hit in melee or close combat and use the shield, and then you attack with it. I think that's how it works. I think. I'll try that next. Ah, that's it. Thank you, Poggies. Yeah. Ultimate Marvel Alliance. That's it. Oh, so you have a PSP as well, Poggy Woggies? That's why we're friends. We're PSP buddies. Like, nobody has those. It's very rare. If you have a PSP, you're in the right channel. I play a lot of games from that era and absolutely adore the PSP. It was so ahead of its time, and it just kind of kerplunked. It didn't do well. We're gonna hit our own person, but I'm risking it. Oh, wow. Yeah, it was totally worth hitting my own person for that because I just wiped out half the enemy team. We'll take it. Get double shot. If I don't get it, one more. I'll run one more test battle. If I don't get it after that, I guess we'll do the storyline and see if we can't unlock Tall Bays. That's a much better simulator anyway. Well, that goes down as probably the fastest, especially in this playthrough. I'm pretty sure that's the fastest I've ever beaten the test simulator. Ooh, no money. I have two PSPs, the slim and the fat version. The fat one is the original white Japan PSP that I fixed. Mine's is a white one. I don't know if it's considered the fat one or not. You're in our Discord, right, Poggy Woggies? If you're not, here's an invite. I thought I saw you the other day in there. If you are, I'll take a picture of mine, Poggy, and you have to tell me if it's which version it is. Oh, okay, you are. Good. Well, I'll put a picture up of my PSP. You'll have to let me know what version it is, because it's also a white model. I think mine's is a slim. I could be wrong. Now you're making me want to play Marvel. I want to play the Ultimate Alliance again. Fruity! How are you doing, friend? Very late Natty raid. That's okay, Fruity. I said it as soon as she came in. I was like, everybody should go lurk. You've been sitting watching Natty get spoofy. How's your day going, Fruity? I hope well. And I know Natty's AFK, but a thank you again for Natty Pie for raiding us. She is a wonderful person, and I'm glad that she entrusted her community with us. But yes, Poggy, you have to get me the info. I'll show you that picture of our PSP. Actually, I'll take a picture of all of them. Why not? I've never shown all the little equipment I have. Maybe I'll take a picture of the Vita, the PSP, my old PlayStation 3. Because I got the white PSP because my PS3 is also a white edition. And my PS4 is also a white edition that I had to buy Destiny to get. That kind of upset me. I just wanted a white PlayStation, and they said, no, you had to buy Destiny Edition to get it. I think the white PS3 actually came with the game as well. Day's going good. I had a real quiet morning. Well, the way you said that with an exclamation mark, I think that means it was a good quiet morning. I hope so. And I hope you got good sleeps, friend. Oh, no. Poggy. Oh. I hope you hug that friend. You're going to get a Metal Gear Solid PSP edition. I saw one of those on eBay one time go for I think it was like $580. And it was opened. Like, it wasn't in the box. It was opened and played with. That is a very fine gift. Hello, John. How are you doing, friend? I hope your day is going well. Welcome in. Someone made a Legend of Dragoon metal cover album, and I love it. You can put it in the Discord under links and things. Or either one. Pictures and things, links and things. I can't remember what it's called. But you can put it there. I don't mind if you link it. I'll take a look at it after a bit. I'm always up for little covers. Radiation, my one friend in the Discord, gave me... It's older. Thank you for the wake up, Subaru. Welcome in. Thankfully, the coffee was being held in my hand and I didn't throw it across the room. I've yet to do that, so I'd like to think my hands are steady. But yes, I would love to see it, John. John, did you see what Poggy Woggy said? I don't know if it cut the chat off for you, but our good friend Poggy Woggies said that they're meeting a friend today and they're getting a Metal Gear Solid PSP edition. That... You have a very, very nice friend, Poggy Woggies. I'm gonna run another test battle while we're talking. I did say I was going to play Front Mission today. Although I don't mind sitting on that screen. It even has a screensaver. Okay, last chance to get double shot before we move off to the story. I hope. And we're going to see if Fam can get the shield move. Might as well, right? Punchbot, we'll put you here. Yeah, that looks okay. Oh, you don't remember that one? It was really rare. I believe at the time it was a special edition that came with the game, and it limited production. I mean, PSPs were already not... They weren't hugely popular in the US. I know overseas, my goodness, they were popular. There's a whole community around modding the device. I remember the silver Kingdom Hearts one that I had. Ooh, that's another good one, John. Yeah, the silver one was really pretty. Mine's is a white edition. I don't remember what game I got with it. Because normally when I buy the white edition device, I just get it because it's a white. I normally trade away the game it comes with. I have an amazing friend. Last year for Christmas, he gave me his PS1 with all his original Tomb Raider games. Oh my. Well, hold on to that because that's really expensive. I would love to own a PS1. I made a very, very bad mistake. Wasn't even terribly long ago. I think it was about, let me see, it was about 5 years ago. I needed some extra cash to get through a bad winter, and I sold my PS1. And boy, do I regret that. I should have just trudged along with less money and kept my PS1. But I didn't think I needed it because I had this. For those of you who don't know, we play on the Vita TV. And since I had a Vita, I didn't feel like I needed the PS1 anymore. But there's like 50% of the library doesn't exist on the Vita TV. Hello, Morgan. Thank you for the lurk. I hope your day is going well, friend. Oh, so you do the same thing, John, for anything silver. You love anything silver, and I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, so it just made sense. Oh, well, you lucked out. You got a machine that you're a good color, and you got Kingdom Hearts. I'll thoroughly admit it, John. I end up just giving the games away that come with these. With my PS4 Destiny, I beat it real quick, and as soon as I beat it, I gave the game away to a friend. I was like, I didn't like this. You can have it. I just wanted the machine. I'm very proud of that PlayStation 2. It's held up quite well over the years. Shockingly. Let's see if we can do it again. I doubt it. Last map got lucky on that. Oh, nope. Maybe I did hit something, or I just was close. Oh, bother. We didn't do it. Go get him, Ryogo. Ryogo will set it straight. Look at this. Ryogo is such a beast. When they do get a chain, it doesn't happen all the time, but when they get a chain, they can just level a Vanzer in one turn. If you play this game, that's why you want to invest a lot into Ryogo. They look like a goofball, but they're a good fighter. I have to get ready for the punch bot. The enemy punch bot will come this way, probably. Not that I'm terribly worried about it. It's a PS1 with a small screen attached to it, which works. Oh, that's the Mini, isn't it? I think I remember that. They built a small, really late into the PlayStation's lifespan. They built that real slim. It was very nice looking. I didn't get one, but they built that slim one that had the exterior screen. It was a little travel edition. It was very nice. A lot of people don't know, Sony was very ahead of their time for video gaming technology, probably a little too ahead. They were producing things that were just, I don't think people got it. But overseas, they were extremely popular devices. But yes, that's a really good device to have. Well, Poggies, if you ever decide to stream, you've got quite a setup with just a PlayStation 1. That's a massive library you can get. Because the games themselves are not all that expensive. You can find some decently priced games on eBay. It's the machines now that are just so expensive. Oops, that didn't do anything to our friend there, Punchbot, who is now trying to get Ryogo. Not the greatest idea. Ryogo is easily one of the most skilled pilots we have. Slugbot's taking their time to get into battle. It's okay, they'll get there. I gotta figure out how to trigger this shield bash. So sad that the Vita was basically a Nintendo Switch, but it didn't sell at all. Again, John, you were correct. The Switch was basically... The Vita, which, by the way, is almost as... It's got almost the same computing power as a PS3, was a Switch at the time, but nobody liked it. And then the Switch comes out and everybody's like, yay! And it has a lot to do with the library. Really, the only reason that the Switch did as well as it did is because of the library. It's a Nintendo. They have an amazing collection of video games to back up their systems. And I own a Switch, so I do like it. It has a lot of, to be quite honest, from a programming and development, it's got a lot of issues. It's a rather weak system in comparison to what's out now, but it does work rather well for what it is. And I feel like if Nintendo actually got serious about putting technology into their devices, they'd be very competitive on the main market. But Nintendo doesn't really need to do that. As an example, look at the Game Boy and its long lifespan, which also, by the way, beat the Vita. Not even a quarter of the power, but it beat it. Can't contest that. Hands down, the Game Boy won in the generational war. And then later, the DS just crushed everything. The DS basically competed with home consoles. Sorry about that, it's really dry air here. I may start putting my onward videos on YouTube. Oh yeah, you should totally do that, Subaru. If you're not already, I would highly recommend exporting them. Even if you don't plan on publishing them on YouTube, it's a good way to save your videos for later. Poggy Boggies, I have a massive PS1 library on my phone, but now I need to buy something to transfer my phone to my TV. There's a few things that can do that. I have a Chromecast, an old one, and it still does that. It allows me to just transfer anything that I'm seeing on my phone to the TV. I was actually thinking of hooking it back up so I could play some phone games. This thing has been trying to get away from the Zero the whole match. I won't let it. Nintendo is still competitive in the video game market, but not because their tech is super advanced. They're innovative and different. Yeah, it's the... I guess what you said there. It's innovative technology, and then they have a superior library. And they're finally realizing they need to branch out of the first-party market, I think. I think they finally realized it's not a good idea to just sit on your laurels with first-party titles. And it's a good idea to get a mixture of things. I have personally mixed feelings about Nintendo. I grew up with it. I owned a NES at launch. So in a sense, it was my first real go at home gaming technology. Before that, I played in arcades. At the same token, it's Nintendo. So, I'll admit, I'm biased. I like Sony. And there's some out there who would probably be like, oh no, I don't like Sony and I like Microsoft. And that's fine. Microsoft has an amazing library. To this day, I still regret getting rid of my original Xbox. Because it was a magnificent machine, if a little overbuilt for its time. It would have been nice if the main board inside of the original Xbox was a little bit more modular, because you could have upgraded it. It was basically a small computer. I mean, Microsoft built it, so of course it was. Yeah, I think that's it. We'll probably end up moving the storyline in just a moment. But I think all of the gaming platforms bring something to the table. I'm honestly confused when people get mad at a particular company, like, say, they fanboy for one system, one of the most classic being Nintendo and Xbox or Microsoft. Sony and Microsoft. Those two have been going head to head, so we'll use those. I get honestly confused when people get mad at the other community because they don't realize we need Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony. If you don't have those three companies competing with each other, you'd have a Comcast situation where one of those companies would just be able to charge any price they wanted for their video games because they're the only one left on the market. Trust me, you don't want to live in a game world where there's only one company left. That's why I'm a little dismayed that Microsoft bought Blizzard. I mean, hopefully they'll fix Blizzard, but they've already bought so many game companies. Not that I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what the future of that whole deal holds. I miss the arcade in the city when they removed it to turn it into a comic store. Oh, at least you have a comic store. I think we have one at the very outskirts of our town. Maybe one. Blizzard was a bad company as far as how it was run. Yeah, I won't go into details. On this channel, I try not to start political or ideology debates about such things, but I will say that that company over recent years has suffered. They are the great creators of World of Warcraft and the whole Warcraft universe and StarCraft, much beloved. I love StarCraft. The original StarCraft was so much fun. And sadly, it kind of happens with those companies when they get bigger. I think they get a little ahead of themselves. But, you know, we'll see. Now that they're under a new branding, it might change. Of course, I have a feeling that Microsoft is going to now make every Blizzard title a Microsoft exclusive. And I'd like to see more cross-platform games, not less. Oh, that's right. To get everybody caught up, our team just narrowly escaped the destruction of the last town. The Midas bomb was dropped. And poor Perrier, Fam's, I'd say bodyguard. I'll say bodyguard. That's nicer. But it was our personal worker, bodyguard, sacrificed himself so that the team could get on the plane and escape. And it is kind of a sad moment. Microsoft exclusive basically means PC and Xbox. Yes. I honestly don't know how what they do is even legal because it's kind of a monopoly that they have between computers and the Xbox. Another tale for another time, I suppose. Microsoft has shown it's willing to be more friendly about cross-platform. Yeah. Somewhat. They're charging a lot of money to the developers to do that, though. It looks good on public review, but in reality, they're just as bad a company as the rest of them. Again, I'm glad to have all those companies, because, like, don't get me wrong, if you ever hear me, I will thoroughly admit this, I am biased towards Sony as a brand, because, well, they've just impressed me over the last few years. Besides the PS5 debacle, which really isn't their fault, it's the scalpers' faults for, overbuying them. And the fact that we hit a market where there's no parts, they just can't build them fast enough. So besides that, over the last few years, I've just really enjoyed Sony's technology. Poggy Woggies, you're an amazing streamer. Oh, thank you, Poggy Woggies. I don't know. I'm not sure how amazing I am, but I'm glad you enjoy your time here. If I can make even one person in the audience smile, I've accomplished my goal for the day. I know all of you make me smile, and I have a much better day after I stream. Like Sony owned the rights to the MLB and show and is made by Sony, but they released it on Xbox for the first time ever this year. Oh, I know. That was an interesting thing, John. I was actually very ashamed of the PlayStation community because they were all up in arms that Sony would give away the rights to an exclusive game on the Xbox. And I was kind of head desking the whole time because I was like, guys, I'm a Sony fangirl and all I like is Sony, but I'm not mad that they put their title on another machine. They need to do that. The same thing happened with Horizon, right? I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Horizon Zero Dawn, right? The whole community went up in arms when they gave it to Steam. But I was like, that's a good thing. You want these games on more devices, especially the multiplayers, so that we can all enjoy them together but play them on our preferred equipment. Perrier. Hey, don't be sad. Ryoga, how can you tell somebody that? They just lost somebody. I'm sure he's still alive. Okay, I am going to pause there for a minute. Poor Perrier was surrounded by about 20 mechs when we last saw them. I don't think they're alive. Or if they are, they had one beastly eject system to get out of there. It must have shot them into the atmosphere. I think the most of the outrage was the fact that it runs so horribly on the Xbox and it tanked the online experience. Well, there was that, John, but there was a lot of posts about... most of them got deleted because they were so toxic. So that's why you might have trouble finding any of them now. But there was a lot of hatred directed at Sony for releasing an exclusive on the Xbox. And it didn't help that the Xbox community started egging on the PS4 fans. And again, I'll admit this, I am biased towards the Sony product, but I am a firm believer in having Nintendo, PC, Microsoft, and Sony all building products. I want all of them. As a matter of fact, I would welcome any newcomers to the console wars. I really hope one day Sega would come back, because I was a big Sega fan. Huge Sega fan. Our friend of the community, Hysteric Moon, is playing on the Mega Drive, which is a Sega Genesis overseas, as I found out. And I love watching it, because I loved the Sega. Hello, Kradok. Welcome, friend. Thank you for the lurk wave. I hope you're doing well. The other day when you were in here, if I missed you saying anything, I apologize. Our Friends Day was lively. I think I missed a whole bunch of things in chat. But I'm glad to see you, friend. And I hope your day goes well. But yes, I welcome any competitors because, hey, let's be honest, we as the customers, at the end of the day, we only benefit if there's more companies. More companies means more competition, it means more developers, it means a race to build a better product, and ultimately at the end of the day, we get a better price. I'm telling you right now, if it was just Sony and Microsoft all by themselves fighting amongst each other, they'd probably just charge whatever they wanted to for their devices, and we would be paying well over $2,000 and $3,000 for their devices. It sounds outrageous, but it would happen. And if you need a real-life example, look no further than Comcast. What if Atari came back? Well, okay, you're saying hypothetically if Atari still existed as its own entity, that would be amazing, because I played on my grandmother's Atari when I was a kid. I would buy it. If Atari made Atari 2022, like, could you see that if they made 2022 Atari system? I'd buy it. Well, worse yet, Kurdok, aren't they owned by Blizzard, who just got bought by Microsoft, so they couldn't build a machine if they wanted to? I'm almost certain Atari is owned by Blizzard, or they were acquired, or they're a game studio for Blizzard. Gonna go play some Onward, so have a lovely stream and I'll see you around. Good luck, Subaru, in your Onward VR experience. I wish you the best of luck, friend. Go and get that. I'm sure I'll get to see a video of that later. I considered getting an engineering degree to attempt to build a console. It's a worthy goal, John. Not to mention, you already know my biasness towards engineering. Not to brag, but when I was younger, I took apart the original Xbox, and I actually built a small PC unit out of it. It couldn't do much. It could boot up into the BIOS operating system for Xbox, and it could play some basic CD-ROMs.
Your own hype that much? I am the hype!
Thank you for the hype. But it was really an interesting build because I used an old box, very, very tiny micro box tower, and I was able to disassemble the Xbox and put all of its parts into the micro tower. Which in turn, as I said, I had the developer's kit unlocked, so I was able to look at the debugging console. And let me tell you, that was some interesting software they used in the original Xbox. It's a shame they didn't push it a little further, because the software they used was self-learning. It was actually more self-learning than I think most people knew. Well, John, if you ever build a console, let me know. I will gladly play it. I'll stream it. I will totally promote it. I'm serious. The more consoles on the market, the better. Okay, I will try to read the game. I know I got derailed. To be quite honest, though, that's my favorite part of the stream. I enjoy talking to you guys more than playing the game. The game's just background noise. I've beaten this game so many times. I'm not even going to count. I've beaten this game a lot. It never gets old. I love playing it. I have so much fun playing it. Oops, we pulled Kradok out of their lurk temporarily. The console wars will hopefully never die. I personally like PlayStation and Nintendo. I'm not much on a Microsoft fan after having my original Xbox and 360 both stop working. Agreed, Kradok. And it's fine. It's completely human to have a favorite product. We're going to do that. We're going to do favorites no matter how open-minded we are. It's a thing. You start with something, you like it, you're going to probably continue to buy it. Marketers know this. That's why Sony can build a new product every couple years and count on the fact that hundreds of thousands of people will buy it. But I agree with you. Please, I know that if any of the console developers are watching or catch a glimpse of this stream, please do not let the console war die. It needs to be kept strong. Without that, us consumers will suffer. All you need to do is look at what the scalpers are doing to the market. When all the systems disappear, one of the systems gets too popular, people start buying it and they cause a shortage. And then everyone's upset. I still can't get a PS5. I can't wait to get one. It'll open up a whole new library of games for us to enjoy. But sadly, I cannot find one. I mean, it took my sister some sort of magic to find me the Switch. Without her, I don't know how she found it, but thankfully she did, because now I can stream Switch games. Is Fam having a moment? I think Fam is having a moment. Are you trying to make me feel better? Ugh, I'd hate to think I sank so low. That sounds like something she'd say. Zombie Medic, welcome in, friend. Thank you for that lurk. I hope your day is going well. Neither you or I can get a PS5. Yeah, I haven't been able to get one. Well, whatever system you're using, Kurdok, good luck with it. I'm skipping that dialogue. I did not know that word was in here, so I apologize. I try not to play games with those kinds of words. I always forget that those can wind up in teen-rated games. Hope your day is also going well. It is! And thank you for lurking, friend. I get everybody's got stuff to do for the day. And my day is going well. It's rather cold here. Ryogo, there was no excuse for that language. Yeah, John, it happens in Dragoon. You guys will notice that sometimes I don't read the dialogue in Dragoon, and that's why. Every now and then, teen-rated games like to slip in the word. Well, that's why, John, I don't put family-friendly in our tags. I tell people that we are basically a family-friendly channel. I have a warning up that I play games with animated violence in some language in the game. I myself will never read it. Yes, the one that you're talking about, John, is actually a sword. If you try to use that word in my chat without putting sword in front of it, it should block it. Not you, though, John. You're a mod. You can type whatever you want. A quick memo to all the mods. Be careful, because I don't believe you get blocked for anything. They're just calling them a sword. I normally replace it with idiot when it comes up in chat if I have to read it, or like in the game chat, or I just skip over top of it. Oh, and then Ryogo, look what they say. No, you're not selfish or potty-mouthed. Ah, please, Ryogo, you just had to say that again. I'm just going to skip through their chat. Because I have no idea how many times they're going to use it. Please, Miho, interrupt them. Please. Is Ryogo going to be okay? Yeah, it's just his way of making her feel better. Oh, really? He's willing to risk his life to make her feel better. I like Miho. She reminds me of Maru. I have to try real hard to not use certain words. I appreciate your efforts, John. Greatly. Because I know most of my mods come from 18+ rooms, so I know that you're probably trying to censor yourself. I appreciate it, though. I really do. Hopefully that rocket punch will get all the inappropriate language out of here. Yeah. Well, I can control basically what everybody sees in the chat. Sometimes the games throw me for a loop. I should have looked up if that word was used, but I may not have been able to find it anyway. The game is rated teen, I believe. Don't think it was M. I try to never play an M-rated game on stream. Let's see. Yes. Its ESBR rating was teen. Interesting how they thought that was appropriate for teenagers, but... Because remember, that's under 18 in our country, in the US. Teen is supposed to be, I think, 13 up. I think Britain has it a lot better because Britain's is 16 and up, and teen should probably go to that. Ratings change over time too, just like different words change in usage. Yeah, quite honestly though, Morgan, I feel like language is getting the filters on language are worse than they were back then. So it's kind of shocking that in 1999 they let that through on a teen-rated game. I feel like they were way more strict then than they are now. Really though, Sarah, if you think that language is enough to offend someone like me, you will have to try much harder. I won't try that. I don't doubt it, Kurdock. But I don't use that kind of language for my own personal reasons, and my channel is just not set for it. But that's part of the reason why I keep PG as the channel name is because I do play teen-rated games for those who are new to the channel and listening, or maybe see the segment in the future. I don't use the family-friendly title for that reason, because I'd have to go to G Games and be a lot more screened about what shows up on the television. This game in and of itself has a lot of violence and political innuendo, and could almost be an M-rated game just because there is a lot of destruction. Yes, in some ways, no in others. For example, an R word that describes someone as special was very yes. Some of the side words, like the one that you just mentioned, Morgan, those definitely took on new meaning as time went by and are now basically curse words, even on syndicated television. Skeb. Welcome in, by the way, Skeep. Were they strict before? I felt like they were still figuring stuff out. You know, I said that, but it kind of went up and down, Ski. When it first came out, they hammered it. Like, they were very, very, very strict. And then what happened was it kind of got defunded, and they started treating their employees like dirt, the people who actually work for the ESBR, and then before long they didn't care at all. So there's this period of time where it was really, really strict in the, I guess, late 90s to the turn of the century. And then right around, I think if I had to place it, it was around 2021, or not 21, 2001, it kind of got weakened, almost crippled. And so you'll see a couple game titles that came out in 2001, I'd say probably between 2001 2006, that you play them, especially teen-rated games, and you go, wait a minute, why isn't this a M-rated game? And it's because people were sneaking a lot of teen-rated games through at that time. Yes, you just said exactly what I was remembering. Early 2000s was, wow, lots of games that were definitely borderline M-rated games were being pushed as teen, especially online games, where they got away with saying, oh, we're not responsible for the online content. Then you would log in and the servers were completely visceral and toxic. We're approaching Taiwan. We should be safe now. I apologize, guys. I know I've taken a long time to talk. We got on a good topic, though. Language is not often discussed on our channel. I don't want to use foul language, but it's an interesting topic. We're almost in the DHC territory. Why are you so worried? Daehazong is not politically stable. Besides, the USN wouldn't let go of anyone who knows how to make Midas. The USN. I can't believe Alisa's sister made Midas. Yes, Brainy sisters. Stop it, you two. Alyssa was shocked about it. Suzuki. Hey, Alisa, don't worry about it. Yes, I'm sure your sister had a good reason. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. Alisa, I don't think she's okay. I think Halo got teen, which was surprising. Yeah, there's a lot of games that had either intense violence that got teen, or intense use of language, alcohol, tobacco, and also got teen rating, and probably wouldn't now get that. Radar response. We've got anti-aircraft missiles. Enemies. Looks like our trip is going to be cut short. They've locked on. Evade. Chaff. Use chaff. Come on, you've got to have chaff. C-130s always have chaff. Incoming missile, it's no use, I can't shake it. Oh no, Red 5 from Star Wars. Or was it Biggs? I can't remember. Well, the one that went down was like, I can't shake it. What the? Oh, could you imagine them being tossed and turned inside of this little place? We've been hit. Let's escape before it crashes. We're jumping off the transport? I don't have time to explain. Just get in your Vanzers. The chaff is the mechs in the hangar bay. Yeah, they could just lower the hangar bay and start shooting out the back, right? Ever been airdropped? Of course not. I'm not a soldier. Don't worry, there's a first time for everything. Are you sure it's safe? Oh, we're dead if we don't do it. Hurry up. You're holding us up. Just kick him out. Just yeet the mechs. The missiles will go for them. Well, they'd have to turn the mechs on, Morgan. Most missiles track by some sort of infrared heat sensing. I mean, probably would confuse it, though. Maybe overload the power core? Oh, listen to us getting on about the semantics of would Vanzers being shot out the back of an airplane work as chaff? Only on my channel. Interesting topic, Morgan. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I like that Slugbot had to come down on. They're hovercraft, so that's interesting. They get the easiest landing, I guess. Miho's like, yeah, I've got the easiest landing. I guess anything's worth a try. We're surrounded by enemies. Nothing really valuable here. You sure the info's accurate? I'm sure. It's the ones we heard about. Fine. Well, we can't just go home empty-handed. Alright, let's do it. No, Hada, you were a good guy. For those of you who watched Emma's playthrough, we're on a playthrough plus for a different storyline, so a lot of the good guy characters are now bad guys. Poor Hada. I like Hada, too. Good engineer. Engineer spy guy. Aren't these mechs nuclear powered? No way you're getting enough power out of a combustion engine for something that large. Anything is airdroppable once. Morgan, in World of Warships, we have the same saying. You can always be a torpedo one time. Who are they? Lou, do you know? The Hulan. Hulan? I'll explain later. We're going in. Got no choice. They surrounded us. So, Morgan, I believe the Vanzers in this game, I could be wrong, I think they're run on something that was very similar to what Midas is built through. I'm looking real quick because I remember I read a post one time about this debate. Now you got me curious. Because it's also explained in Front Mission 2, but I had to read. Front Mission 2 was not translated right. The version I played was a Japanese version, and it was really hard to understand that game. I'm looking real quick just to see. I know that they weigh roughly anywhere between 25 tons and 40 tons. I already knew that. I'm just reading something really quick. I doubt it's going to say, because I know this is kind of a debate. Nope, doesn't state. I think it is a type of... Okay, I couldn't find it quickly enough, and I don't want to bore everyone. But I do believe the Vanzers in our game are run on a type of reactor. And I think it's built on the same principles of what caused... Well, rather, they built the Midas bomb out of the same technology that runs Vanzers. But Morgan is indeed right. A normal combustible engine would probably not be able to move 40 tons of this many pistons and levers, and just the amount of joints that they have. It would be very hard. Very straining for a modern day system. Not impossible, but probably be highly impractical. We'll take the team that actually dropped in the cutscene. Why not? Oh geez, there's a punch bot right next to us. I almost did a bad. Who should be up there? Our punch bot. Ships are just mechs to a certain degree. Yes. I mean, in our real world, we don't need Vanzers or mechs. They're highly outdated by modern warfare tanks and ships. Naval warfare is much stronger tactic. If you're going to conquer something, conquer the seas. Look at history, it's always proven to be very effective. Oh geez, what is this? Oh, they have a grenade launcher. Well, that's going to put a bit of a ding on our strategy. However, I might be able to level the playing field. We just got a little bit of a shocking hit there for everything. I'll actually take Fam up here to support Punchbot. Luckily, it's an anti-pen Punchbot, so we'll both of our vehicles have a good chance of ruining it. Gotta smack it and see how much damage we can get. I really needed something to go off in skills. Oh, just about took my arm. We're very outnumbered in this. Hopefully Ryogo gets a good chain. Oh no, Ryogo, you need to chain again. Yes, but ships only really need 1 degree of thrust from the back. Mechs need to articulate in usually bipedal manner with various limbs. True. I'm not going to counter this just because I know somebody else is going to shoot at him. I don't think it'll hit. Nah, it's through trees. I think what Poggy Woggies was meaning, Morgan, was that on a ship, with the power supply going to so many different things on the ship, because they're not just powering the thrust, as you were saying, but they've also got to power all of their anti-electronics, the power for everything, the water purifiers, recyclers, electronics, all the computers that are running, which is, by the way, massive now on ships. A lot of the power on the ship is going towards all the computers that they're using. That one might hit. No trees blocking it. Yeah, that one did hit, so that was a good block. Worth it. Don't take the arm off I'm about to attack with. I attacked with the wrong arm. He didn't get lucky on that, though, so that's okay. Tackle it. Hopefully I can de-arm that one. I knew the punch bot was coming after me. We expected that. I had shields, though, to block it up. I'm not going to waste that. Oh, it got so lucky hitting me from that. Please just be a missile launcher. No, it's grenades. This battle got considerably worse for me. Up until the grenades, it was fine, but now the grenades are going to make this impossible. Should have known. We need to get as close as I can to that thing so it spreads its missiles out or keeps backing off. Yeah, and then she could slide down to it. Please take its arm so I can ignore it. That might do it. Ah, there we go. This was saving grace. I hope that thing stays surrendered. No, we need that. I want to capture it. No, no. Why didn't you chain it earlier? Oh, that would have been a good capture, by the way. Well, that chance is gone. They're just going to missile me again. Okay, we ejected that. That buys us some time. Where can we land this? I took out some parts somewhere. Come on, double shot. Ah! We did get rid of its arm, though, so that's one less target. Really can't do much. Anti-penetration. Ah, it's gonna hit me hard. Still has a lot of AP. Oh, they're just my good arm. Oh well. I always forgot that in either Peace Walker or Metal Gear Solid 5, a baby was used to test the pilot. A Metal Gear? I don't remember that. I don't think I played Peace Walker, though. So that might be why. Good, didn't hit. Trying to save the shield. This is going to take arms off of me unless I can get closer. They did hit their own guy, though. Oh no, they took her out. She was too low. Ooh, that was not good. Oh, and she doesn't have anything to attack with. We have to stall for time somehow. Don't know how. That was my main damage for this team. I don't know if I can recover. Maybe not move. I am hidden in this tree line. Don't know. This is a tough situation. Now, Punchbot's going to be a big threat because it's got a lot of hit points still. She can't do anything. No arms. That's why I moved up here. I knew the legs were gone. That was a given. It missed. I should have used the shield. This is a really tough fight because I lost my main damage. Without that damage, I don't know what I can do. Thank you, Ryogo, for at least balancing the playing field. Might survive if I can use that restore on Ryogo. Go, Ryogo. And the no arms over here is actually keeping them busy. That thing's determined to take its own guys out. Let's see. She's going to go down one way or another. She might distract them longer on foot. I'm not even going to bother healing it. It's not going to do anything. And we have to get this thing down. I can't let it get away. Those things are just mean. I don't know if it has a reload or not. Ryogo needs to chain. That might have done it. Maybe I got enough damage there. I'll shield, because I don't have enough hit points on the other arm. Yeah, there we go. Got one more block in there. Oh, come on, team. You can do this. Only 20% chance to hit me. Don't hit me. Thank you. That will probably hit. Her mech was doomed anyway. At least now she's still in the game. Could probably use her to make some things surrender, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Come on, Ryogo, take this thing down so that we don't keep getting grenaded. It's so close. Ah, the legs are gone. It can't move. Even if I didn't get that chain, that would have been good. Ryogo's gonna save us. Hello, Willis. Welcome in, friend. You came into a trying fight. I'm losing everything. It's all getting blown up. Where? How many hit points does this have? This is where having a shotgun's handy. I think I can take its arm off. Oh, that was good. That's right, let's swing the battle back. Just get further away to make that mech come up here. That still hasn't hit. That's good. Is this going to surrender? You'd think it would. I wouldn't mind getting a Rexen. I don't think we have one. That one's not surrendering. I'm just going to take it out. It's good XP. Let's speed our turns up. But I hope you're having a lovely day, Willis. We might actually survive this fight, maybe. I'm reloading in case I actually need that. I'm just trying to drag the other pilot around. Yes, it did surrender. Good. Yep, it's picking on Ryogo. De-armed. Never mind, might not need it after all. I actually thought we were going to need the grenade launcher. Doesn't look like it. Can I even get close to that? No. I could probably take that out, but I don't know if I want to. She might be able to pistol hit it. Hada's definitely gone. All I gotta do is raise up my skill a bit. What's this gonna say? Not enough hit points in the total. Dang, we were so close to the loot. I don't know about close, friend. That was pretty far away. Wait, it can't hurt me, right? It has no arms? Okay, never mind. Let's see if we can't capture one. I'm really sad. We had a chance to get one of the best mechs in the game. And Ryogo went crazy on it. I'm hoping it'll just auto-cancel and surrender if we get close enough. Yeah, there's not enough people left on the board to make it auto-cancel it. That's okay, I got a trick for that. Fam can come in for the win. I think the Rexon actually does have some parts I need. I think the arms are really good. I did not do good, did I? Oh, that hurt. That really, really hurt. Bronze. Bronze. Oh well, we got a USN vehicle. Not the one I would have liked. I would have liked to have gotten the punch bot. Because it has a really good skill. It's the double attack. Boo! Who are the Hulan? Guerrillas, working against the Dehazong government. Why are guerrillas attacking us? I don't know. I know it's not a coincidence. You think there's something to this? I don't think the Hulan just attacked us out of convenience. Someone wants us. Why would we be targeted? Think, Suzuki, use your head. We have someone in our group that knows how to build a Midas. Kaz, welcome in, friend. I hope your day is going well. I am doing just fine. Bit cold here. -5 outside. I think it raised 2 degrees, so it's like -3. But I'm enjoying my coffee, the company of friends, and some stompy mechs. We're actually not very far into our story today because I've been mostly just talking. Chilly, I hope you get to stay nice and cozy. I am trying, friend. I have a blanket, coffee. The heater is on full blast. Sadly, it's tearing up my throat. Good heater. Just, wow, does it make it dry in my house? Why would we be targeted? The reason's the little lady. Me? You're the only non-USN scientist that knows Midas well. There are many countries that would want that. That's horrible. Who do they think they are? A government? Well, what do we do now? I don't intend to camp out here. Let's head towards Taipei. There's a DHZ base there nearby. I don't like the commander there, but we have no choice. Oh no. Flu's got Warmface has issues with the commander of the place that we need to go to save ourselves. Oh, this just gets better and better. Ooh, I think Taipei. There's someone there that we have to talk to, because we'll get, finally, the simulator that we need, I think. Kaz, thank you, though, for the well wishes. I hope also where you are keeping warm. Of course, I don't remember. You might have told me where you're from, but you could be in a place on the planet that's probably really warm. Although Poggy Woggies in the chat has informed me that even in Texas, it's 32 degrees. So, kind of chilly all over the place. They're not normally known for freezing temperatures. Let's see. Oh, you're in Montreal. Okay. You're much colder than me, friend. Or you should be. The weather's been weird everywhere. I do believe that's considerably colder than us. Although I do live in the mountains, so there's a great temperature difference between where I live and others in the area. Do I have access to new parts? No, we don't. Okay, this answered my question. We cannot buy Rexin. You know, before we get rid of it, what does it have? I can't remember. I have a list that we can look at. It has a melee? No. Does it actually have a melee skill? Ooh, do you guys want to build a Rexin? That might be interesting. I don't normally use Rexins. They're a little weak. Dennis starts with a Rexin in Emma's playthrough. It does have some nice skills, though. So maybe we should put someone in this, give it a shot, and see what we get. You know, we have plenty of money. It would not cost very much to fully upgrade that. I was about to disassemble it, too. But this will make it easy. We can just upgrade the body. Oh, no wonder they were so strong. They had level 2. Look at this. I don't think even I have level 2. Wow, it's fully upgraded. Well, chat. Look at that. That was actually quite a catch. It's completely upgraded. Wow, that just saved us thousands in credits. At least 2,000, I think, to fully upgrade this with double the parts. My internet was giving me some heck this morning, so I had to cancel my morning stream. Oh, I'm sorry. But it's nice to be able to watch and relax, so I'll take advantage of the situation. Well, Kaz, good on you for having a positive outlook on that. I'm sorry you didn't get to stream, friend. Is there any way you could reschedule it? Maybe wait until the internet has calmed down? I know it's quite troublesome. Most of us try to keep in our hours and try to keep everything in check. But I'm sorry to hear that, friend. At least you can take it easy and relax for a little while. I should talk. That's happened to me before. Live on stream, this wasn't even a couple days ago. Work called me and I had to cancel the stream 40 minutes into it. I barely got done my introductions. And it was a Minecraft stream. Barely showed the town off and work calls me. And typically I would tell them no, but it was an emergency situation and I was the only person available, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen to me on my day off. But you know, it is nice sometimes just to have a random day off. Speaking of which, I apologize, everyone. We went almost 2 hours without a break. That's how much talking I've done. I have a policy of trying to give you guys a break every hour and a half or so. I'm not that far off, about 15 minutes off my normal schedule, but yeah, I'll get back on to it later. It's no biggie. I usually do 2 on Fridays anyway, so maybe just forcing me to chill out. Oh, maybe Kaz, it was just meant to be that you have a longer, bigger, better stream tonight. I'll check. You have Twitter. I'll make sure I prop that up on Twitter if you've already posted it. I thought I was following you. I don't know. That's okay. It's easy fix. I'll go over there after stream. It's a lovely policy. Yeah, Kaz, I'm a firm believer. I grew up playing lots of video games, and they used to, in the video games, always warn you. It's sad they don't really do this much anymore, but I can remember on the NES, games would actually tell you at the beginning of the game, don't play this game for any more than an hour at a time, or 2 hours at a time. And I still believe in that. If you sit for more than an hour and a half, that's not good on your system, blood flow, and all kinds of other things. Not to mention you might forget to do something. Great example for me when I'm watching streams. I put tea on and forget to go get it. And it either overboils or I just simply forget about it and it gets cold. So I am going to take a BRB. And I will be back momentarily. I highly recommend that everybody gets up, hydrates, do a stretch, pay attention to your pets for a few minutes, walk around the house, get your mail, whatever human things need to be done. I will be gone for about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll be back for probably about an hour. I didn't make any progress today. I would like to at least... This is 5 episodes of me chasing one simulator. I would like to get it today if I can. I'm kind of excited to get it. So yes, we're going to take a self-care time. And I will be back momentarily. Everybody enjoy the Be Right Back music. Okay, I'm back. Thank you all for being patient with me. Let's get caught up with chat. Oh, hello, Ivory. Welcome in. How are you doing, friend? Leaving a lurk. Hope you are doing well. Oh, thank you for the lurk, friend. I hope your day is going well. It's cold here. -5. -4, I think. It warmed up a little bit. The sun's up. It's not saying much. But thank you for the lurk, friend. Have a wonderful day. Yes, happy lurkies. I have to do that frequently, sadly, with Ivory. Sometimes she streams right before on a work day when I have to get a nap, and I miss stuff and I have to go back and look at the VODs. I am thankful for VODs because I get to go back and look at what's going on, what I missed. Normally, Twitch has a decent bookmark system, so it puts me there where I left off. Oh, I know. I almost forgot what we were doing. And again, apologies that the break was late. I got carried away. We had some really interesting conversations ranging from language to using mechs as chaff. I should have probably clipped that conversation because it was funny. Bopping to the BRB music. Well, the music that's on right now, Willis, is the game music, and it is bopping. Oh my, that sounds clippable. Yeah, Kaz, Morgan was in here, and the plane that we were on with our Max was being shot at, and I was like screaming, why isn't there any chaff on this plane? You know, because the C-130 has chaff, typically. And Morgan injected that we should just use the Vanzers as chaff and just throw them out the back. And I was like, well, it could work. You know, we turn the mechs on. Morgan pointed out they're probably nuclear powered, so that might draw the missiles to them. My idea was that why didn't they lower the back bay door and fire their weapons? I have a missile launcher. Couldn't I just return fire? You know, well, United States has done that. We have C-130s with guns on them. Why can't we just open up the back door and be like, hey, there's a Vanzer with a sniper rifle. Break off, break off. I think I talked about this once before. That kind of happened in World War II. There was a transport ship on the way to Russia. We were sending tanks. I believe it was us and the British were sending tanks. And I think the commander was British, actually, who did this. But we were sending tanks, and they were notified that there were enemy vessels in the vicinity where they were going. And it was an incredibly cold area. That's a very, very cold part of the ocean. So the ship commander decided, well, if I have all these tanks on my ship, and I am an unarmed cargo vessel, perhaps they won't attack me if they think I'm a warship. And so they moved all of the tanks to the starboard and port, basically all around the ship, and faced the gun barrels out on the tanks and vehicles. And it actually, it worked. They looked like a warship because they had all of these barrels hanging off the side of the ship. I believe they were actually unloaded for the most part. I think a few of them might have been loaded. But it was an interesting story and tactic of bluffing. In warfare, bluffing sometimes works. I actually need to look up exactly what event that was because I said it once before in stream, and I kind of feel bad. I love World War II history, but I know so much of it that sometimes right off the top of like the tip of my head, I can't recall a scene. Let me see if I can quickly find it. If I do, it'll probably be something... I do know about that U-boat encounter. That's not the one I was talking about. No, that one's not answering it. It's kind of a little unknown. I can't remember it. I know Mighty Jingles and several other YouTubers covered it one time. It was a very interesting Captain's Armchair episode that I enjoyed. T2 tanker. Nope, that's not it. Nope. I may actually have to go back I'd probably have to go all the way back to YouTube to find it. It was one of my most liked videos. Nope. It would help if I could recall right off the top of my head the ship's name. Most things are saved under the ship's name. It's funny how sometimes you... Red alert! Red alert! Thank you, Pocky. You know, I should program that into the other thing. I never thought about doing it that way. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone. Wherever you are, I hope you are having a lovely day. Welcome to Front Mission 3. It's rather cold out today, and we're going to get started in this game. I think we're on our way to the place that will have our simulator that we need to find. And I'm expecting a very good stream today. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and... Hold on. Yeah, I think something happened. Both the chrono watch and my computer are going off. Give me 1 second. Ah, indeed. According to my chrono watch, I was displaced for roughly 1 hour. Oh, 40 seconds your time. That's not so bad. I believe somebody found the red button again, and it must have had enough energy to actually send me to another dimension. Well, yeah, there's everybody still in chat, so something happened. I'm guessing it was the red button. Guess we know what that siren was for. There was a siren. Oh. You'll have to give me a minute, Morgan. I'm still temporarily displaced a bit. I'm trying to get caught up. I'll be in sync with your timeline momentarily. In the meantime, maybe somebody would enlighten me as to who thought that the red button was time to be pushed on that. Well, our stream's reset. Momentarily. It's a lapse. After a few minutes, we'll be synced back up. I hope. But Morgan, since you're here, you know, you're kind of one of my favorite culprits for this. Did you by chance happen to see the shiny red button? and believe that it was a good idea to push it today. I didn't see nothing. Oh, even my mods aren't helping me today. Oh, geez. Did it reset you too, John? If it did, the red button has grown powerful indeed. Hello, Poggy Woggies. Hello, John. Morgan, Willis. Welcome to the stream. We're restarting. We'll be back on track momentarily. Okay, things are starting to come clear now. We're snapping back into what would be your prime timeline, I believe. I'll be a little hazy. Okay, I think I was working on building a mech. I was yammering on about World War II things. Getting derailed, sidetracked, and numerous other things. Okay. I think we're good now. You thought the stream just started? Well, it was temporarily displaced for a minute. I've got everything, I think, synced back up. Once again, some culprit had wanted to help with the experiments that I'm running. One day, maybe I will generate enough goodwill on Twitch that the mana will be high enough to actually send me back to my planet, but... Planet and timeline, by the way. Let's see if we can't finish what we started, now that everything's coming back to me. We were working on a Rexen, weren't we? And I was going to run a quick battle test to see if I couldn't get a new skill. It says it has a melee attack, which is very interesting. I don't believe it does, but... What if it does? What if it actually has a melee attack? Oh, look, it can't run the newest sniper rifle? Oh. That's mean. Why did you not let me run the newest sniper rifle? Well, you know what? Just to get the skill, I can do something fancy. It's not ideal for the story unless you're doing a no backpack playthrough. One of our chatters was talking about that before. I am not really interested in doing one of those. Maybe one day. I'm not even going to recolor that. I just want to see... I want to see what happens if we put Fam in that. She still needs a lot of XP. She's not good with a rifle, but maybe something will come of it. Oh, something else I remembered before we were temporarily displaced. I was talking about the red siren, that's right. And Morgan mentioned a siren. I was saying I could probably link that to a raid message, like a counter raid message. That would be fun. You guys just gave me a very good idea. So, I have to thank Poggy Woggies and Morgan. All of you, because you guys just gave me a really interesting idea that I want to try now. Ooh, I mean, they could probably, all three of them could do it. If you could take 4, why not? I have seen people train their Vanzers without... They put like one mech in. But it would take a long time. Probably a lot of items. I do want to kind of see, though, if I can't shoot at some things. She's never used the rifle, though. Yeah, it's gonna miss. Not shocking. Ryogo will probably have better luck. Please, Ryogo, get double shot. I would really like it if Ryoga would get double shot. They trigger skills so much. Be a lot nicer. It's not gonna happen, is it? I gotta say, it's really fun being the person with the grenade launcher. In Emma's campaign, I was at the mercy of these all the time. Oh, that whiffed. Didn't do anything. That was a bust. Oops, I didn't put a shield on it. It's a very weak machine, by the way. Rexon's notorious low hit points. But, did get a height advantage. Ooh, good hit fam for somebody who's never used it. That wasn't half bad, actually. Now I can go after it with Punchbot. Really mess it up. Is that a missile launcher? No. Who's the missile launcher? Because I'm about to go and make their day very bad. Hopefully. And then I get ejected. But we'll see. Saito! Welcome in, friend. Working in the office today? But stopping by to say hi, and I hope you all have a wonderful day today. Thank you, Saito. I really appreciate that. I hope you too have a good day, friend. Hopefully, this fine Friday, your office work hours will go by quickly. I do thank you for stopping in. I always appreciate when people can stop in and just say hi. Never feel bad coming into my room to say hi and leave. I appreciate it, actually. Lets me know everything's okay. I like to keep up with everyone, and sometimes I can't get to as many streams as I want. But it's still the best way for me to keep up with what everybody's doing. And since I know a lot of us are also streamers, sometimes that's all the time you have is just to stop in and wave. Boom. Punchy punch. Also, again, back to what I was saying earlier, that's why I like VODs. If I'm curious about someone, like what they've been up to, I try to go and watch the VOD. I might not make it all the way through, but I normally watch the beginning 10 minutes, normally about 10 to 15 in the middle, and then the end. Dude, toy cars do not like shotguns. Best defense against a toy car. Use a shotgun. This missile launcher, I don't have anything to hit with it. Oh wait, I'll just drop it there, I don't mind. Point blank. Okay, that was a very worthwhile hit. Yep. I'll take it. This thing still can't fight back, so it's at the mercy of Punchbot. By the way, John made that. John made the Punchbot. I kind of had to do something actually similar to Saito last night, because I was busy unloading a very large truck, and I had to lurk. I was lurking in Michi Hano's room, and then I had to turn around and lurk in Saito's after the raid. I was right in the middle of putting away freezer goods too, so it wasn't like I couldn't take my phone in there. It does not get signal in that room. Let's hit it with the fist, why not? Oh, I moved away, can't do that. I'm gonna blap him. Yeah, look at that, that was a good hit. No skills though. We were doing this to see if we could trigger a skill on the Rexon. Uh-oh, Punchbot's back. Point blanket with this. It's gonna take an arm. Oh no, it didn't actually. Oh, it lost its main weapon. That's why. Ow. I don't know why. Every time missiles hit me, I just go, ouch. It's like instinctive. I don't really have an option there. Back off the Rexen. It will punch you. Well, Rexen didn't get anything. I'm gonna move Ryogo out. They don't need much XP on their guns. I do need XP on the grenade launcher. I might be using that for the whole game. It's just way too much fun. That's... Oh, geez, the damage. I don't know why, I just enjoy it. It's kind of sad now that I think about it, because I've never really... I didn't play with them much. Multiple playthroughs, and I never thought to use one. Interesting, the Rex didn't do anything. Okay, I won't bore us with any more of that. We'll go ahead and at least get to Tai Pai. It was nice getting some money back, because we did buy some weaponry. Oh, we used all of our items in that last battle. Not the simulator, the last storyline battle, but I think I can fix that. We'll come back to the Rexen. I'm not going to use it right now because the zeros wouldn't be bad. Yeah, she could stay in that. It actually performed pretty well. It has low hit points, though. Kind of like I'm running a glass cannon build this time around, because everybody's got really low hit points. Alright, let's see. What items did we consume? Grenades. Actually, let's see if I have some stock. I don't have to waste money if we have them in the inventory. They used a repair to stay alive in that fight. And... nope. Looks like everybody else did okay. And I don't think there's an upgrade to our guns yet. The machine gun. I think that's the only thing. Yeah, they're still using an older machine gun. That's a tough choice, though, because I don't think they have the weight to get the better one. Maybe. Ooh, they do. Fancy. I can get the better machine gun. And honestly, I think we can get the better rifle, too. That's amazing. That backpack really comes in handy. And if they're going to be a glass cannon, they have to have the cannon part down right. Up 13 damage. Same percentage to hit. I think it's the same range. Same AP use. Okay, not bad. We'll take it. I don't believe I've got upgrades. I think we just got lucky on that vehicle being level 2. What's the nice thing? The Rexen is a level 2. It's ahead of us. Ooh, that kind of makes me upset. The computer's cheating. It has a full upgrade past us, and that wasn't even a boss model. How dare you, computer? Well, that's fine. We're gonna do the next storyline segment. Oops, save. Been a bit of time since we've saved it. I think I was saving Talbay's one. In case something goes wrong and I have to go back to get the simulator. But where we're heading's a town. There might be a bar. And if there is, it's like the Emma campaign. And we'll get the... Emma's campaign, you get it in a bar, I'm pretty sure. Tal Simulator is granted to you by someone in a bar. I think it's an agent or something. Ah, good. I remembered my coffee. It just cooled off. Oh no. That's right. Lou said that they're not on good terms with the base. Glad to see you're doing well, hon. Lou, I heard you work directly under the chairman. I bet you like having military under your thumb. How did you get in with the chairman? Must have used one of your dirty tricks, eh? Ah, don't worry about it. It was nothing compared to your tactics. A secret mission, eh? I heard about the complete destruction of the DHZ fleet in the South China Sea. Was that part of your mission? Must be nice working for the chairman. They would have discharged you under normal circumstances. What's your point? Just making an observation that a top agent also makes mistakes. It's because you haven't gotten control of the Hulan rebels under your control. That's not our top priority at the moment. The USN is infiltrating various parts of Taiwan. I'm busy dealing with them. So, USN is on the move. I don't have time to babysit you. Well, we can only talk to Han, okay? Hey, don't be so rude. Who are they? If you have something to say, come out and say it. Why be so obtuse? Is this how you ask for help? Well, if I am a last resort, I'll think about it. But I outrank you here, so you'll have to follow my orders. Alright. That's not the proper response. Say, yes, Commander Han. Yes, Commander Han. Okay then, I'll think about it. That's enough. You got something against us. Stop, Suzuki. But it's okay. You're smart, Lou. It's not a good idea to challenge my authority. Tell the chairman he was very cooperative. I have 3 people to talk to. I like to save when there's a split, because I've made mistakes before with that, and it's cost me offline time. Yeah, because one of these is going to trigger a move. The USN squad landed in Yusha and is invading Taipei. Really? Why don't you work under me? I can hire you as an intern. Oh, you're a jerk. Let's see, I can only talk to... Lou, you're not gonna say anything? Oh, don't let him bother you. Listen, Han is no help. We'll have to move on our own. Do you have a lead? Possibly. We're meeting him at a bar. Oh, good. A bar. That's what we needed to get to. Where's the stoolie? That man in the brown suit? That's him. I always talk to the bartenders, though. Do you know how it profits in times of war? Weapon manufacturers. Vance's factories are making a ton of money these days. Military is on alert because of the Hulan rebels. I hear the military arrest visitors, too. I always talk to them twice. You can see it changes sometimes. Do you know what spenders are? Those hackers do anything for money. And Moneymaker is the best hacker around. Tell me you've got her website. Yes! Please! This guy right here, the crazy guy, See, I talked to them twice, and I got their web. I think we got their web address. Ooh, that's good. That makes me very happy. Getting paranoid, I'll make a mistake. We've been after this simulator for about 5 missions. Thanks for meeting us, Ambassador Clay. I understand this is an emergency, but this place is too busy. Think of my position. Places like this are less conspicuous. Is he the one? How rude. This is Ambassador Clay of the USN Embassy. An ambassador? By day, he's a DHZ intelligence man by night. The ambassador's a spy? So is he reliable? Who are they? Are they Japanese? Well, there's some mercenaries I hired. When did the intelligence bureau turn into babysitting service? Babysitting? Well, they're more capable than some incompetent commander. You mean Han? That's true. He only thinks of his own promotion. He's a small, petty man. Well, that's why we've come to see you. You want to know about the USN's airdrop mission? The military and the FAI are cooperating. The guerrillas will attack the transport carrying the target. Then, the airdrop squadron will capture the target. Is Alisa the target? Alisa? The JDF scientist we're protecting. And that scientist knows how to make Midas. Then you should escape Taiwan now. The USN plans on killing all of you if they can't capture the scientist. So they'll kill everyone who knows anything about Midas. Do you know the route the airdrop squad is taking? I don't know. But I heard they hired a spender. It's going to be full scale. A spender? You don't know anything, do you? They're hackers that'll do anything for money. I'll buy some time by running false information. Try to get to the DHZ in the meantime. Thanks. I received internal data on the Tau base. It might come in handy. Take it. Let's split. I don't want people to see us. We got it! Yeah! Yeah. Oh, I'm saving this underneath of that. That feels really good. For those of you who've been keeping up with Front Mission, I have been after that simulator since like at least 5 episodes ago. It was like, I think episode 5 we started looking for it. Wow, you get it late in Alisa's campaign. I mean, I'm pretty sure in Emma's, I think you just beat it and you get it. Well, it's like you beat it and then you go to a bar. Yeah, so there's some similarity. I don't even need to go back to the base. I got what I wanted to today. Everybody's like, no, I'm not in a simulator. But yes. Yay! I can do Tau base again instead of test facility. I've grown so bored of the test facility. Not bored. I mean, I love this game so much. Even in the test facility, I have fun, but it's so weak. Nothing lasts long enough there. This actually might make it entertaining. I'm gonna try the Rexon again. Punchbot and Ryota. I will admit, though, it's gonna split us up badly, is it? Oh no, it kept us... Oh, Because we're not actually in the battle emulator. We're in the test simulator. Okay. Put PunchBot up front. Ooh, this is exciting. First time in Alisa's campaign that I actually get to do tall base. I wonder what kind of mess I can make here. Probably a large one. Conveniently, that'll miss everything but the target. Okay, we'll take it. It's a close shave, but... Oh, please tell me it hits someone. Oh, it did. Let's see if we can't cripple that PunchBot. They hit pretty hard on this level. See if our team can mess this group up as well as we do in the other. Oh no, a stun. As I said, they hit hard. I was afraid of that. Oops, that was the wrong target, but that's okay. Missile launchers are no fun anyway. We do have a new gun too, so that's considerably more powerful actually. Because the mechs we're fighting are a lot stronger now. Oh, that's a cheeky point-blank shot. Oh, how dare you. You're gonna shoot... Okay, I'll shoot you. Oh, it triggered zoom. Interesting at point-blank, but I'll take it. And zoom again. Please hit the same arm. That'll disarm him. Alright, not quite, but she just did a lot of damage. Ooh, ow, ow, ow. Rexon body is not good. Way too low in hit points. Oh. Look at that. Like, I'm a sneeze away from going down. And worse yet, she doesn't have any items. Return fire from a distance. Oh, that was a good job. Can't really go anywhere now. I guess we'll move them down here to start on the tanks, because I won't get to use that on the helicopters. That one's stunned. That one's almost down. Come on, Ryogo, need double shot. Oh, I'm putting a lot of weight on Ryogo's shoulders. Trying to get double shot. Hasn't happened. Oh dear. Oh, I won't be able to hit it. We both have really low accuracy. Oh, I did. Good. Probably let the missile launcher get it just so that we get the XP. I'd have preferred those had been max. Oh well, at least we can use this test data. Double shot! Just keep saying it. Well, eventually the game has to give it to me. It's just a matter of how many times we attack. Stomp, stomp, stomp. You have no hit points. So just take a shot at that. That thing's no longer an issue. The tank. Right on. This is also cheeky. Except when I do it, it's okay. Oh, basically a miss. Is the tank coming after me again? Yes. Ouch. Well, it can't move anymore. That's a plus. one square I think you can move when your legs are out, or treads. I one time, maybe this will happen one day on stream, but one time during a playthrough, I actually did a pilot eject on one of these tanks, and then my Vanzer got blown up, but I had the pilot still. And I got in the tank and it survived the whole fight. I was dismayed that I didn't get to keep it. Not that they're good, it was just like, I wanted to keep it. This is a complete waste, but it is XP if I get it. There you go. That's the good XP. Oh boy, she can't do anything to those. I just might as well go back. I think Ryogo's just going to take out the helicopter. Double shot! Oh geez, barely hit it, and it's still in this weapon. Ooh, that hurt. 168? Oh. I'm gonna have to get some backup. Oh, I don't have any more items, do I? I don't mind, I do that. Punchbot doesn't really need to do anything. I'll just heal the Rex. Can't shoot anything. Okay. I need the helicopter down. Oh, it. Thank you, Ryogo. Thank you. I didn't need it there, but hey, we got it. Oh, that makes me so happy. It takes 2 spots. You know, that's really not that problematic, though. I only needed 1. I just wanted the capability of triggering it. That'll make this Vanzer so much better. And actually, they can go back to their other machine now. Yay! Oh, that was so good. Now it has a chance to keep unlocking, too, which is also useful. Wow, I lost like 90% of my hit points there. I might hit it. Actually, it did hit it. Everyone's going this way. It might get it. I don't know. Might blow it up. Nope, she dodged. And a tank dodged. No, I think that's just bad accuracy. That's just real bad accuracy. Well, I'm gonna hit fam, but it's just XP either way. And I think I can finish it off now. Who knew? Punchbot came in handy again. Oh, good. AP up. Keep forgetting that Miho's a new character and she's got like no AP. At least being a Punchbot, you don't take a lot of AP. You know, I have to look that up. I need to do, Oh, and also, I feel bad. I got spoiled with Inquisitor Nem. I need to do shoutouts. I forgot to do these today. For those of you who don't know, you saw Morgan and myself chatting earlier. Morgan's a good friend of the channel. And they're a changeling. And if you want to know more about that, you should go and visit them. They've been playing BioShock. And I just remembered that because I was going to save. And I don't know if Morgan will hear it. Maybe, because it pings them when I use their name. But I was curious as if they got their save file caught up. They had a little bit of trouble with their save last time. I'm trying to keep up with their BioShock campaign. I love that game. And I want to do at least another shout out for John. Also helps me to know what they were on. Because if they streamed last night, I actually missed it. I was so busy at work. They were playing Legend of Dragoon. I bet you they got caught up to me or past me again. If you like Legend of Dragoon, though, they're doing a playthrough, and they have a master team. Like, everything is just completely maxed out. I heard a ping. I was just doing your shout out, Morgan. Also, I don't want to take your time, Morgan, but did you manage to get your save caught up, friend? On BioShock? Or is that the plans for the weekend? Because I eagerly await the next BioShock. Yay! I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. Sorry to bother you, friend. I just forgot to give you a shout out earlier, and then it was because I was about to save, and I was like, oh wait, there's something about a save, and it was yours. We used a couple items. I'll try not to bother you again, friend. I don't know how much longer I'll be on here, but I am having a lot of fun now that I got tall base. I might have to subjugate everybody to another simulator run. Now that we actually have the one that I wanted. Oh, and we want to look and see if Slugbot can get a better hover. Those are hard to come by, so probably not. Nope. I don't have another one. Haven't found one either. Oh well. Is there a better computer? Nah, Com 5's still the best computer. May have done a little extra on the rerun though. Oh well, alternate timeline. It's fine. More power to you, Morgan. I just hope that you were able to successfully collect all your items back up. And if you got a little extra, that's fun. You can always just make mention of it in your startup, and we'll still enjoy it. I'm watching it mostly because I want to see the story again and see you complete the story. Oh, I wasn't there to do the vote either. Because I know every episode you're like voting on saving or not saving them. Oh. Well, actually that's a bonus. That's really cool. You were able to get 3. That's more... I can't remember what it's called. It's the upgrade points in that game though, right? So you got even more upgrade points. That's not necessarily like... Adam, that's right. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That just improves the playthrough, in my opinion. And the vote... We'll see. We'll see if it runs that track, Morgan, the whole way through. Only time will tell. Let's see what time it is. Checking my streaming friends. I'm not used to this. Typically, I actually would have already ended the stream because of work. But since I don't work later tonight, I can push off my nap and my food times a little bit later on. I have quite a few friends on, actually. I want to see what they're doing. We're not going to end just yet. As a matter of fact, I want to tool up another simulator at very least. Oops. I thought I had this muted. Oh, they're just getting started. Rune Factory in Minecraft. Onward. Minecraft. There's a lot of Minecraft going on today. It must be Minecraft Day. Okay. But we're going to run another battle. Why? Because we just unlocked this. Ryogo actually has their double attack, so technically they could go back to the Freya. I think that was the mech they were actually using. Pretty sure. But the other one would be okay as well. And I have the grenade launcher. And my housemate is being incredibly loud near my door again. Let's see. They have that Panzer, the Zenislav. Oh, we'll take them, why not? We're still working on her as well in the Rexon to see if we can't get the other parts we need, or the other skill, rather. Ooh. Grenade launcher's gonna get lucky here. Can fill it. This is gonna let us also get all of our skills caught up, because I believe you get better skill points here than the other one. Ooh, a lot of punchy. A lot of punchy. Hopefully this will open up a good attack. Well, we didn't blow up anything. I don't think we got anything on that. Wow. Every now and then they miss. Barely did any damage. Let's see. Punchbot's probably the bigger threat right off the bat. It's stunned though, so no problems. I would take it there, but that's I think this is a missile launcher and machine gun. So I need to have something up here to take care of it. We can always split the team into two parts. I'll probably take both of them back down and around here. Well, one arm's gone. That's coming after my guy. At least I have a shield. Boom. Up, no counter. That one doesn't have any defense. Ah, they missed. If the other two stay back for a minute, we should be able to push that way. I'm glad it's all Vanzers, though. This is way better XP. Other words, I would get very bad XP here. Just gonna drop it right on him. I'll show him how real explosives work. Oh yeah, that totally actually did do that. This thing doesn't have AP to really get me. Good, Punchbot can keep that busy for the entire run. I think. That one will go down to this. Didn't even need double shot. Poof. Just wonderful AP and XP for that. Take the time to get some punch XP. Because it can't retaliate just yet. Yep, shield. I'll try to only block this one though, because I need it for those punch bots if they wake up. Now that was shocking. Typically the AI would have swung back at a Rexon. I don't know why it decided to leave. That's confusing. Oh well. Can't hide from grenades. Well, they might be able to, I don't know. probably didn't even barely hit it. I just get slowly taking it apart. It's okay, it's better XP and points. Keeps up that. Can the machine gun reach this? No, I have to go up one more. Trigger double assault would be nice. Double attack, sorry. Double shot. Punch bot, so many hit points. This one, I kind of just want to punch it again. But we also have to get on up the way here. And I just realized it can't actually get to me anyway. It can only go one square. And the Rexen can kind of just dance around it. Oops, here comes a punch bot. I don't have anything, I'll just shield. And lose the arm. That's how strong punch bots are. AI can use them too. Of course, they don't know how to use them as well as I do. I'd rather just keep going with the explosives though. Just doing it for XP and AP. Could I just take that thing's arm off already? Yeah, tackle will do it. Something's gonna go down. Slugbot likes its tackle. Which is completely fine. Alright. This thing's chasing me, so I better get it weakened. Ooh. Ate those shells real good. As long as I stay one away from that, it can't catch up to me right off. Take its legs out. Oh, I can't counter. I spent all my AP. Ow. I forgot about that. All my AP's gone again if I do it again. Oh. I wanted to attack again, but I keep buying rockets and grenades. Switch to shotgun. At least I do have skills for this. That's the only problem with the grenade launcher. You don't really use your skills. Or, rocket. Yeah, grenade launcher. Surrender. To the missile bot, of all things. I'll send her down to deal with that one. Can't really get to the other anyway. Double shot. It's going to be hard to trigger that one. At least it's in the queue and it can trigger. That's why we need to learn it. Zero. That one's going to surrender if we hit it or don't. So I'll just do that. And we got the XP for it after all. The noise and sound effects in this game are wonderful. Sometimes I think I've got it up a little loud today, but nobody said anything, so I think it's okay. A punch bot, no, get away. Get it off of me, get it off of me. You know, we need to get a flamethrower though. I think I finally unlocked those. That's another toy that we haven't played with. Another piece of gear in the arsenal. Legs are gone, so I can just shoot it with a shotgun. Should be able to take that out. No, it'll surrender. I doubt I'll get it. At least it was a part off. Trying to get rid of the missile launchers. More deadly. Ah, its gun's gone. Can't retaliate. Still can't get through there. Oh, I can shoot around the corner. Yay. I did get to finish it. Another one gone. Let's see. Machine gun in case it takes... There we go. Double shot. That helps. Should be the end of this thing. It was good to see that it triggered, too. Oh, it triggered and then rate of fire. Yeah, I think our team's ready for the big leagues. That felt good. I enjoyed that. The ease at which we're handling this with level 1 upgrades, I think will be okay. At least now I can run some appropriate tests with the new gear and equipment. The grenade launcher will level a lot faster that way. Did I use items? I didn't use items, did I? Because we're kind of in a stopover at the bar. Let's see if we got mail that we need to reply to. Oh, Lou got something. We'll do Suzuki's first. So there must be more to this story. I won't write anything until your situation clears up. When it does, please give me an exclusive interview. In turn, I'll give you information about Japan. You might find it useful since you're overseas. Can I reply? Yeah, I can actually. Tenacious. You're pretty tenacious. I can't make any promises, but why don't you investigate Iso Bahuki of the JDF? You might find something interesting. Yes, totally sending that. I'd like to get some useful information. Let's see what Lou's message. You have mail. Let's see what we got. Report 16. A report on Servo 1. The report is encrypted and attached to this mail. Oh? It's encrypted. Oh, I don't have that. I don't have it yet. Reply to me. Miho, are you reading this? Then send a reply. You disappeared without a trace. Your father asked me to contact you. I'm all very worried about you. I heard you were dating Kuryo? He's dangerous. You should stop seeing him. Let me know if there's anything I can do. Is this your boyfriend? No, but he's quite nosy. Nosy guys are the worst. So, who is he? You're being nosy, Ryogo. Oh, I can't reply to it, actually. There's another one. Armored Kenjushi newsletter. Websites continued from the last issue. We spenders tend to think information public domain. Demands a password as soon as you enter the site. This is quite appealing to hackers like us. Rather than a friendly welcome, a site that flaunts secrecy poses much more of a challenge. She subscribes to a magazine from that website. Oh, Department of Public Safety password? They just published. So this group just published the password in a magazine, I guess, or a zine? Can I send a message back to them? You might have to actually put the password back in for Mori. At Mori? Is it at Mori? Maybe you have to put that one in. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. At. No, nope. It's not an address. So I guess I can't do that one right now. and I think we read all of their mail for the day. I like to try and do that anymore. One day we will do a Front Mission 3 playthrough where we actually do all the mail, all the websites, because I would be very excited to do that. But we are going to wind things down and find a raid target. Been going for about 3 hours. It's almost 1, about my lunchtime. I don't know if I'm taking a nap yet, but I definitely need to get sustenance. Let's see who's on. I believe there's quite a few people who stream on Friday. It'd be fun if somebody else was streaming this game. Let's see, Rachel's on, Mayor Emmy is on, Tuba, Tristan Guy is on. I have quite a few people on. Hysteric Moon is on, Subaru is on. I think Mayor Emmy just got started. Probably go over there. Let's see, Mayor Emmy is playing Stardew Valley. That sounds like a good time to go and chill and relax. So we'll go see our good friend Mayor Emmy. Wasn't sure if she was streaming today or not. Let me get the raid messages up. It is an 18 plus channel, so if you are under the age of 18, I would recommend leaving. It's a fairly nice channel, and she's playing Stardew Valley, but I like to be safe with the warnings. Thank you for getting those socials at the end there. Yes, 18 plus channel, so we will be going over there momentarily at the end credits screen. Thank you guys for joining me for Front Mission 3. I had a lot of fun. We got a good chunk of the storyline done. Had a great little, derailed conversation, which is typical of our channel. And, most importantly, well, actually two most importants, we got Tau Base, and Ryogo got double shot, too. So, I unlocked a skill that I wanted so bad. And we got Tau Base, which is also what I wanted. So, congratulations to us as a channel. I have something more interesting to show you than just the test room, which was getting old. Thank you, Nam and Kaz and chat for being here and enjoying it. Or at least I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for the wonderful stream. Oh, thank you for being here, Kaz. I enjoyed the company while meandering through this second playthrough of Front Mission. In just a minute, we'll go to the credits, and then we'll be over at Mayor Emmy's. You guys have a good time at Mayor Emmy's. Have a wonderful day and night. If you go to work later, be safe. If you don't, enjoy your night off. Thank you again for coming. See everybody tonight, 5 p.m. I should. If anything changes, check our Twitter.